Well, from Boxing Day to New Year's Day, because yes, when you're all tired and hungover after the New Year's Eve celebrations, on Netflix you will be able to binge your way through yet another Harlan Coben thriller. This one's called Run Away, and here is a clip.
I really need to speak to your daughter.
I don't know where she is. She's missing. We tell our kids not to trust strangers, and look at us.
Who said I trust you?
Well, we've got a great pairing here because we've got James Nesbitt playing a main character, and we also have Ruth Jones from Gavin and Stacey fame also as a private investigator in this. And I'm a fan of both, so straight away this has got a thumbs up. It would have to do a lot wrong for me to not like it. So it's a Harlan Coben, so you kind of already know this is going to be good. And James Nesbitt plays the part of, it's an 8-part drama, by the way, and it is pretty dramatic, and straight from the off it feels dramatic, it feels pacey, and everything about it feels very curated and clever, I think, watching it, and I was really hooked immediately. So James Nesbitt plays the part of Simon Green. He's a financier, done really well with his life. Everything should be fine, shouldn't it? He's married to Minnie Driver, who plays Ingrid. She's a paediatrician. And their daughter, she's a vulnerable drug addict. And it's really sad because you kind of see flashbacks of when she was younger, and you know, every parent's worst nightmare, I suppose. That sort of beautiful, lovely, innocent child suddenly taken down a path of course, there's a return, but it doesn't feel like it to them in that moment. And he tries to reconnect with his daughter, and you can see the anguish kind of like etched on his face, I think, at times. I think he really lives this part. I feel like I can just see the worry in his forehead, you know, and kind of the weight of the world on his shoulders. And he sits in this park and he sees his daughter. He tracks her down, Paige, she's called, and but she vanishes. She doesn't want anything to do with him. She's sort of far into that grimy world. And he has an altercation with her boyfriend, Aaron, and it's filmed by a bystander. And of course, these days, everything's filmed right. It goes viral. He hadn't told his wife, Ingrid, that he was going to do that. And it becomes really tricky. And, you know, this is somebody who has done well for themselves, but this is out of your power. And I often think this as a parent, there's lots of things that you can do a lot about, but you can't really do anything about something like this. You can try everything, money thrown at it, whatever. You know, if someone's an addict, it's really problematic, obviously. And I don't know, I feel that this is very credible, the way that they both play it. Anyway, this search for her, it gets very, very dark very, very quickly, and that's where Ruth Jones's part comes in. She plays Eleanor Ravenscroft, and she's been hired by another concerned dad to find his missing son, and these kind of two issues become intrinsically linked. Now, this is a bit of a different part for Ruth, I think, and she does it really, really well. She seems to, again, she's such a calm actor in everything she does. She's just very, very calm. She doesn't sort of overact, I suppose is the word. She just takes it in her stride, and again feels even more credible. She pushes back. She's not terribly emotional, which I suppose in a part like this, or if you are a private investigator, you can't be. Yet you're seeing some dreadful things, and the heartbreak and stress and the friendships and relationships that are made through this are really compelling. So for me, I think you should be watching this on the 1st January, hangover or not. I think you'll be hooked pretty much straight away. What do you think, Ian?
It's a good one. I mean, I'm not a massive Harlan Coben fan. I mean, my God, he churns them out. And if you like Harlan Coben, well, you're in for a treat because he's got this multi-million-dollar deal with Netflix. So I think it's 14 of his books are going to be adapted. So yeah, there's plenty more to come. And oddly, this one doesn't have Richard Armitage in it. But yeah, like you, I'm very keen on this cast. They're excellent. And I particularly like Minnie Driver. And yeah, that the subject of losing a child to addiction is it's absolutely painful, isn't it? Heartbreaking. But as ever with the Coben, there are all these different threads going on. For instance, there are these 2 young assassins who are going around killing people. And then, yes, there are various different threads. And you think, oh, there's going to be something I can't possibly guess what it is that will somehow bring them all together. And yes, so it comes to be. Yeah, I agree with you about Ruth Jones. And so, for instance, Down Cemetery Road, which we mentioned earlier, in which Emma Thompson played a quirky detective who was like quirky in the wrong way, as in I felt over-egged, unconvincing. Ruth's Elena Ravenscroft is quirky in a good way. And we first see her, it's hilarious. So while we see Jimmy Nesbitt in a park trying to connect with his daughter, we see Ruth Jones as Elena in a park, and she's kidnapping someone's dog. Which is, you think, what the hell is going on here? So yeah, it's and then of course you get it works really well. I mean, Jimmy Nesbitt is great at being tortured, isn't he? And like, you know, he was in The Missing and kind of similar things, searching for his son. So he and Ingrid, they basically, you know, they do anything to find their daughter, but they're getting drawn into this dark, murky world of drug dealers and so on. Of course, they don't know what the hell they're doing, but they can't stop themselves. So, yeah, it's a good setup, great cast, and yeah, I think it will absolutely deliver if you are a Coben fan.